Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Wellness Wednesday. I hope that maybe you are needing a pause like I am. Sometimes we have those weeks and have those days where it seems like we got a lot going on. So I'm looking forward to this. I always look forward to uh, practicing the pause with you all, and we'll let some folks join us as maybe they're scrolling down. Hopefully they'll stop and they'll tune in, and maybe they'll question, what is wellness? What's wellness all about? And we'll be able to answer maybe some of those questions today. And so, uh, you know, uh, like I like to say, I hope that you are able to take this time out, that you're able to practice the pause and kind of silence the noise, get away from the distractions, and just be present here. I invite you just to be present, to take this time out for yourself. And how we like to do that, we like to stay true to the name by practicing the pause. And one of the exercises I choose to do to get us started is a breathing technique. I want to do that again this time, and do a meditation to follow it. Uh, and maybe you're not used to this. Maybe you're not used to just pausing and breathing, and this might be different for you. But I think it'll really help, and I know it really helps me. So that's why I like to share it, what I learn and what I practice with others. And so this is a breathing technique, and like I said, I really need it today. I just feel like there's just so much going on, it's pulled in different directions and all that. And so, maybe you're having one of those days or weeks where, man, you just need to rest and pause and take a break here. Hopefully by breathing, well, you might notice just by breathing for a few minutes here, how much better you'll feel. And so I invite you to find a good quiet place where you can get to. You can cancel out all the noises, any noises or any distractions that you might have around you. Just go ahead and turn things off, right? Turn off your phone or put it on silence or whatever you have to do to take this time out for yourself. You are important, you are valuable, and it's good for us all to practice self-care and take a look at our well-being. And so I invite you to do that here for this next hour or whatever it is, just to be present and to learn about your own self-care and about what wellness is, and be able to practice those things into your life. I guarantee you, it'll make a difference if you stick with it. You stick with it. Wellness, just like anything else, is something that we must practice and something that we need to stick with. And so, we talk about some of those things here for this hour, practicing the pause. I am Phil. This is Practicing the Pause with Phil. I'm a peer navigator at the R3 Recovery Center here in Wilkesboro. And you can find out a little bit more about us and our mission and our philosophy if you go to wilkesrecoveryrevolution.com. Wilkesrecoveryrevolution.com. You can find out some more information about us and what we do there at the Recovery Center. All right. Well, hopefully those who have joined on, who have seen, are here with us now. We can go ahead and practice the pause. Like I said, I like to do that by breathing, doing a breathing exercise. I've got my tea ready that helps me. I create my environment, this wellness environment. I've got the candle there, and I'm ready to pause. And I hope that you all are too. Just need a pause. All right. And so what we like to do for this breathing exercise is to find a nice quiet place and create that environment. Environment is critical there. Environmental wellness. Practice this environment to get into a wellness environment that you can create for yourself. I invite you to sit up tall there. You're sitting down, you're comfortable, you're in a nice seated position. I invite you to sit up tall in that quiet place where you can be free from distractions. And I'd like for us all just to take a breath. Oh, how good it is just to breathe. Let's breathe together. Let's breathe in through the nose. Nice, slow, relaxed breath. And then release there. Maybe you'll feel some of that tension. Maybe feel some of that stress as you release there through the out breath. That's okay. It's good to be aware of that. Again, let's breathe in through the nose. Nice, good, steady, slow in breath. And then just release that. Just being mindful of your breath. Be aware that you're breathing here in the in breath. Yes, I'm taking an in breath in. And I'm letting go. Letting go of that stress, letting go of that worry, letting go of the to-dos. Just being present here with the breath. I'm already feeling a difference here. Breathing in. Don't worry about some of those other things that are going on. Turn your phone over if you have to. Don't worry about any of those distractions. Just let it go. Being here in the present. In breath. And out breath. Just being mindful of our breath. Being mindful of our breath. Continue to breathe, and you might let your energy settle by anchoring your attention to your breath. Being mindful of our breath. And as I begin to breathe, I even begin doing some slow rolls there with the shoulders. I'm just trying to get relaxed, right? Oh, it's good. We can practice that relaxation there with our body, being mindful of our body. You might want to do some rolls there with the shoulders, just smooth rolls, nothing too fast. Same thing with your neck. You might do small, slow circles there with your neck. So we just want to get relaxed. We want to into this good position there, being mindful. And we do that by being mindful of our body and being mindful of our breath. Same thing. You might want to do some other small rolls, circles there with your neck going the other way. And again, you can take it down to your shoulders, doing some small circular motions there with your shoulders, just getting relaxed, loose, just being present here in the moment, being mindful of where we are. We're here in the present. We're here together, right here where we are, being human beings. Human beings, not human doings. We need this time out for ourselves. It's good to practice. And again, let's go back to our breath, being mindful of our breath. And let's continue to take some small, steady in breath. In breath, being mindful of the breath. And then exhale, release. It's good even to close your eyes there. Close your eyes. Be present there with your breath. You can listen to your breath. Embrace the silence. Mindful of the breath. Aware of the moment. Everything here is okay. It's okay to just be. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to take a time out and practice self-care. It's good to learn about wellness and how to improve our well-being. It's being here in the now and in the present. And loving all of the breath. Watch the breath with a sense of loving all. Continue to breathe in. Your thoughts might wander. It might take you to a different place. You might create a story or narrative around your thoughts, whether it's something that you might do or some person or some event that might come into your mind. That's okay. Your mind is full of energy. It's going to wander. Just come back to your breath. Being mindful of your breath. When I first started practicing meditation, it seemed like my mind was so apt to chasing and running and creating a story. And it's almost like I'd come up out of a sleep, aware of what I was there to do, aware that I was practicing my breath. And so I'd go back to my breath. It's okay. It's okay if your thoughts might wander. Just go back to your breath. Remember what you're doing. Right now, we're breathing. We're being mindful of our breath. The in breath and releasing the out breath. I've said before, it's good. A way to practice breathing is by taking your hands, and one hand you might place on your belly and the other you might place on your chest. That way you really feel the breath entering your lungs. And then you feel with the out breath there, the body releasing. It's a good way to be mindful of your breath there, is to keep your hands, one on your chest and the other one on your belly as you breathe. Just being mindful of the present, mindful of your breath. That you're right here, right now, that you're present with the breath. Like I said, your thoughts might run wild. Sometimes it's hard just to be still, to be in the present moment. Sometimes it's even hard just to practice in silence. Just being one with our breath. I've said before that you can think of your breath as circular, right? So it's going in and it's going out, almost like you can picture an ocean with the tide going in and going out. You might even want to picture that in your mind, still being mindful of your breath, being mindful that it's circular there, just like an ocean, with the tide going in and going out. You might hear the sounds of the ocean there as the tide goes in and goes back out. Being mindful of our breath, being present here in the now. Everything's okay. Everything's all right. We're here in the present. Being kind to ourselves, practicing loving kindness to ourselves. Continue to breathe. Being aware of the breath. As the thoughts might do their thing, avoid chasing, following, or attaching to your thoughts. Avoid trying to stop your thoughts or push them away. Remain aware of the breath. Aware of the state of being and not doing. Aware of thoughts, but not thinking. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remaining mindful of the breath. Practice lovingly, allowing your thoughts to shift, change, and flow. Nothing to fight against, nothing to stop. Love your thoughts and at the same time let them go. Remain present right here and right now with your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. You're not your thoughts, but they're witness. You're just merely watching your thoughts as they come and go. Like dead leaves floating down a stream. You're just watching them pass on by and coming back to your breath. Remain present with your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Identify with this energy of stability, strength. The breath is offering you steadiness and peacefulness and ease. Oh, how good it is to practice breathing exercise, to center ourselves, to calm ourselves down. I already feel better. I don't know about you all. I had so much stuff it seemed like going on when first started, and then I'm practicing the pause, and that's what we want to do. Be mindful of these things and practice some of these tools. Breathing exercise is just one tool we can use. You can do it anywhere, and notice, maybe you've done this, a couple times now, and maybe you feel like you're getting quicker into that state of being. This peaceful state, this place of steadiness and ease. And how good that is just to be able to do it. And sometimes it might take a little bit longer. When I first started, it took me a while to get to that place where I wanted to be, where I could calm myself down and find some of that peace and steadiness and ease. And that's okay. That's the thing about practicing, right? It's practice. You do it over and over and over again. You start being a lot better and a lot more comfortable about what you're doing. And so that's why, it's so important to practice these things. I introduced a meditation to us last week that I would like to do again today, because it's about a practice. This is called a loving kindness meditation. I think it's going to help not only ourselves, but in our relations with others, to be able to see people differently. And this is really what this meditation takes a look at. And I hope that you're still there. You're still with me. We're still being in the present moment. We haven't let our minds wander too quick. The minds are often quick to just wander. Let's continue to be where we're at here in the present. We're relaxed. We're feeling relaxed. We're still sitting up straight. We've still got a good posture. Our shoulders are all relaxed. And what are you doing with your hands there? It's good also to be mindful of our hands. What are our hands doing? It's good to rest our hands maybe comfortably on your lap, and just gently close your eyes, if you will. I invite you here again to this meditation, to practice this, a loving kindness meditation. I want us to be aware of our body. We're settling into this awareness of our body and the breath. And I invite you just to feel into your body right now. Maybe you might feel a pain or ache or whatever it is, and just allow even your mind there to send that place there some loving energy. That's okay. You're practicing self-care. You're aware of it. And we're just going to let that go. We're going to let it go. We're going to just feel into our body and noticing what's here. We're just noticing it. I want to be open to what is being experienced in the body in this moment. Same thing with our breath. We want to connect to our breath, noticing these wave-like movements of the belly as we're breathing. Continue to go back to your breath there. Another good in breath, another release there. We're just being mindful of our breath, mindful of our body. And so in this practice here, this loving kindness meditation, we'll be cultivating this loving kindness. We all have this within us. It's this natural capacity for loving kindness, or friendship that's unconditional and open, it's gentle and supportive. But loving kindness is a natural opening of a compassionate heart to ourselves and to others. It's a wish that everyone be happy. We begin with developing loving kindness toward ourselves, allowing our hearts to open with tenderness. Now allow yourself to remember. Close your eyes, just allow yourself to remember. And open up to your basic goodness. You might remember times you have been kind or generous. You might recall your natural desire to be happy and not to suffer. If acknowledging your own goodness is difficult, look at yourself through the eyes of someone who loves you. What does that person love about you? Or you may recall the unconditional love you felt from a beloved pet. It may help to use the imagination and to picture yourself as a young child standing before you, perhaps 4 or 5 years of age. That allows tender feelings of kindness to flow more easily. Continue to close your eyes and breathe. And as you experience this love, notice how you feel in your body. Maybe you feel some warmth or heat in the face, a smile or a sense of expansiveness. This is loving kindness, a natural feeling that is accessible to all of us, always. Resting with this feeling of open, unconditional love. For a few minutes, we just pause. Continue to go back to your breath, being aware of this loving kindness. Aware of this loving kindness. This basic goodness. Remembering times that you've been kind or generous. cause a natural desire to be happy and not to suffer. Let yourself bask in the energy of loving kindness, breathing it in and breathing it out. And that's why I love to do when I'm meditating, when I'm doing this breathing exercise. I want to breathe in this loving kindness, this goodness. I want to breathe in the loving kindness and goodness, and I want to let go of the stress, the worries, things that feels like it's weighing me down. I want to let go of those things. I want to breathe in the goodness and the loving kindness. And let's let yourself bask in the energy of loving kindness, breathing it in and breathing it out, and inviting feelings of peace and acceptance. Here I am now in this moment. I'm at the place that I want to be. I'm relaxed. I'm into that place of peace and serenity. I'm breathing in this loving kindness. Begin now to wish yourself well by extending words of loving kindness to yourself. And I'll be offering as guidance these phrases that I've chosen to use in my own practice. You're invited to alter these phrases and choose whatever words express your wishes of love and kindness towards yourself and others. And so now I want to offer these words in your mind for yourself. And so let's just be present here. Like I said, it's good if you just close your eyes here, you're present with your breath. And you might want to say these phrases after me here. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I feel connected and calm. Again, continue with your breath here. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in. May I accept myself just as I am. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I be happy. May I know the natural joy of being alive. May I know the natural joy of being alive. And now repeating in mind these words of friendship and kindness to yourself once again. Let's say it again here. These words of friendship and kindness to ourselves. Let's say these again. Again, being mindful of the breath as we breathe these in. Let go whatever needs to be let go. Let's breathe in and say these phrases. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I be happy. May I know the natural joy of being alive. May I know the natural joy of being alive. And now you can open the circle of loving kindness by bringing to mind someone who is dear to you. Who's someone that's dear to you that you can bring to mind right here in this moment? Someone whom you care about, whom whom has always been supportive. You can think about those who who has been there and been there for you and been supportive. In recovery, we need that support, don't we? We find good support groups and avenues of support, those who are there for us to help us support. And so maybe there's somebody that's recently come to your mind, or somebody that's been there for you, and you want to bring this person to your mind. Reflect on this person's basic goodness, sensing what is in particular that you love about him or her. What's something particular that you love about this person? And so in your heart now, I invite you to feel your appreciation for this person, this dear one. And I want to invite you to begin simply offering this person what you just offered yourself. I want you to offer this person that's been supporting you, who you care about. I want you to offer these phrases here in your mind here to this person. You can close your eyes again, being mindful of the breath, thinking of this person, and then offer these phrases of well-being. Offer this person here uh, uh, well-being, wishes of well-being. You say this here again. I invite you to repeat it after me as we breathe in, being mindful of this person here, expressing our wishes of well-being towards this person. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. May you know the natural joy of being alive. And now I invite you to bring into your mind a neutral person. This is someone you might see regularly but don't know well. It might be a neighbor or grocery store clerk, a neutral person. Bring this person to your mind now. Bring this person to your mind and repeat this words of loving kindness towards this person. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. May you know the natural joy of being alive. And now, if it's possible for you, bring to mind somebody with whom you've had a difficult relationship. Perhaps it's someone you don't like to feel sympathy or compassion for. See if it's possible to let go of feelings of resentment and dislike for this person. Remind yourself to see this person as a whole being, deserving of love and kindness, as someone who feels pain and anxiety, as someone who also suffers. See if it's possible to extend to this person the words of loving kindness in your mind. Think of this person that you had difficult relationship with, someone it might be difficult to practice sympathy and compassion towards. And see if we can offer these well-being wishes towards this person, these wishes of well-being towards this person. Have them in your mind here, and let's say these phrases toward that person. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. May you know the natural joy of being alive. And now, invite you to allow your awareness to open out in all directions, to yourself, to a dear one, to a neutral person, and a difficult person, and of all beings, humans and animals living everywhere, living in richness, poverty, war, peace, hunger, abundance, aware of all the joys and sorrows that all beings experience. May we say this to all. Say it in our mind. Again, you might want to close your eyes, being mindful of your breath. Let's just say it to all. There may all beings be filled with loving kindness. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken and be free. May all beings be happy. And now, bringing this practice to a close by coming back to extend kindness to yourself, sitting for a while and basking in the energy of love and kindness that may have been generated here. I think it's so good just to practice the pause, be here and to be mindful. Be mindful. Mindful of the day, being mindful of where we're at, being mindful of this wellness journey here. And that's where we're going to pick up again here with talking about wellness. And, we've talked about a few things here that I'm going to go through. And we look at this wellness wheel, and here I just want to define wellness again. Wellness is being healthy in many dimensions of our lives. It's about how we live our lives and the joy and fulfillment and health we experience. And here you see Samsha's 8 dimensions there. We've talked about these before, and we're going to talk a little bit more about those today. We want to look for balance, create balance for ourselves, and wellness can help us to do that, just like today by practicing the pause. We're being mindful of our breath, being mindful of our body, being mindful of our well-being and self-care. And so here we're doing it today together as a group. We have support here together. That's what we're doing. We're creating this wellness community right here, right now, today by practicing the pause. And Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. And so excellence then is not an act, but a habit. And so we want to repeatedly learn about wellness. We want to repeatedly examine and evaluate our wellness and make sure that we're implementing wellness principles and practices into our lives. It's important for us to do that, to be intentional and to practice wellness. For like Aristotle says, we are what we repeatedly do. And so we want to create good wellness habits and routines. That's what we want to do. And to do that, I like to EAT. It's an acronym that stands for education, awareness, and tools. And so I want to educate. I want us to understand what wellness is, what we need to be looking at, bringing awareness, and then some tools, some practical tools that we can implement to bring wellness into our life and to stay on this wellness spectrum that we've talked about before. We want to be purposeful in our activity. We want to know what these wellness activities are. We want to be mindful of our rest. And are we practicing the pause? We want to look at our stimulation. Some may need more stimulation than others, right? And what I mean by that is some are introverts and some are extroverts. Extroverts needs more stimulation than introverts. Introverts, when they have too much stimulation, they need to kind of move to quiet and have that quiet time. And both of them are okay. It's helpful to know who you are and what your needs are. And so wellness helps us to do that at the same time. We want to readjust to our circumstances. Sometimes it's knowing what we are, what we need, and we can readjust. It's about creating this friendly routine for us because each one of us are unique and different. We're individuals having unique needs, and we have these differences. And so it's good to create a friendly routine, knowing that we can do this at our own time and our own pace. And so wellness is really tailored for you. You create this wellness plan for your own life, and it's not about so much of as discipline and where you begin to have resentment towards an activity or whatever. It's something that you want to find joy in doing, whether it be exercise. Maybe it's not going to the gym and just going full out, right, with doing all these different weights and using all these different machines. Maybe for you, it's just taking a nice stroll through the woods or up a mountain. Maybe it's a hike. Whatever it is, it's tailor made to you for you to get joy out of. Wellness, that's one of the first universal laws there for wellness. It's the law of esprit. It means joy. And so if you're not finding joy in what you're doing, it actually backfires. And so one of the what wellness looks at is make sure that we're maintaining that joy in what we're doing. And this is tailor made for you. It's not you picking up somebody else's wellness plan, but it's for you. How do you want to approach and pursue your own wellness? And what I like to do here is I like to use repetition because I believe repetition helps us to learn. And so I go back over some of these dimensions and I bring up some of these things I've talked about on wellness before, just so that we can have a better understanding. Because I believe repetition is a good tool for teaching. And, this is all about embarking on a wellness lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, it's a journey. It's not something that you just begin like a New Year's resolution where you just begin a diet and you just kind of fall off, after, a few weeks or months. This is something that we want to be aware of and continue to practice. And that's why I entitled this as Practicing the Pause, because this is something that we want to continue to do that's helpful for us to do. And so, we left off last time at looking at a wellness tool here. This is a a self-assessment tool. And we looked at one of the dimensions last time, and that was emotional wellness. And again, I want to go through some of these last time, or again this time, so we can have a better understanding of what these dimensions are and what they incorporate. I think it gives us a better understanding of these dimensions as we, go forward. And so here you see emotional wellness. Emotional wellness. Uh, Emotional wellness is a good one to start off with, I believe. Here, and we look at some of the questions, and this will get us a better understanding of this dimension of emotional wellness. This is one of the 8 dimensions that we look at from Samsha's wellness wheel. And so here, I hope that you have a piece of paper ready, uh, something that's close by. You can get a piece of paper and a pen you can use to write down and number where do you see yourself at when we look at this emotional wellness evaluation. And so I'll give you just a minute, maybe to grab a pen and paper, and we're going to calculate our score here. And it's not about getting an A or B or nothing like that on your grading scale. This is something simply for you to learn to evaluate where you're at with your own wellness. And this is particularly looking at emotional wellness. Emotional wellness, and that's a part about how we deal with stress and cope with life's challenges. And so that first question asks us all if you find it easy, do you find it easy to express your emotions in a positive, constructive way? Uh, for me, I had a lot of anger issues, and that kind of goes into this 7th question. But I needed to learn positive, constructive ways to deal with my emotions. Whether it be if I got rattled, through the day, if something happened in my day that kind of threw it all out of whack, how would I deal with that? Even road rage. Road rage is a big one too, right? Somebody cuts you off. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? Do you deal with it in a positive, constructive way? And here we look at this scale, which 1 is for never, 2 is rarely, 3 is sometimes, 4 is usually. Do we find it easy to express emotions in a positive, constructive way? And I invite you, if you have that piece of paper, go ahead and just write down a number there. Write down a number, and I'll give you the meaning of these numbers as we go along here. But I want to take us through these. Hopefully, most of these dimensions today. We have an understanding and go ahead and evaluate ourselves with our own wellness. Like I said, this is emotional wellness. This is 1 dimension out of the 8. So hopefully we can look at the other remaining 7 here today and just just have a better understanding of what these dimensions are. Do you find it easy to express your emotions in a positive, constructive way? That's from number one. Hope you got a number there. You already wrote it down. All right. Second question asks, do we recognize when we're stressed and take steps to manage my stress? Do I recognize when I am stressed and take steps to manage my stress? You might remember or recall when I opened up today, I said, man, I need a pause. I need a pause. I recognized it. Good. How well are you when you recognize when you're stressed? Do you wait until, man, it just all piles up, and at the end of the week, man, you just explode? Whoever's there, whoever that poor soul is that gets in front of you, that crosses your path, man, you just unleash. How good are you with recognizing your stress? Are you practicing the pause? I recognize when I'm stressed and take steps to manage my stress. Some of the steps that you might take could be exercise or quiet time or meditation. How well are you at recognizing when you're stressed and taking steps to manage your stress? Go ahead and put a number down next to number two. And like I said, I've used repetition. Some of you all have already done this. It's okay. We're gonna go. We're gonna move forward. I want to make sure everybody has a chance to do this. So this is just emotional wellness. This is the emotional dimension here. We'll move forward. So maybe you already have numbers, but if so, you just practice the patience, if you will. Let's go down to number three. I am resilient and can bounce back after a disappointment or problem. So maybe you didn't get some good news, or uh, maybe you're faced with right something happens, right? Those emergency funds, something happens with the car, something comes out of nowhere. How resilient are you to bounce back after a disappointment or problem? Are you able to meet it head on? Say, okay, this is kind of part of life. These things happen. Automobiles have problems. These bills happen. Whatever it is. How resilient are you? Uh, how resilient are you, and can you bounce back after a disappointment or problem? Go ahead and write a number there, if you will, next to number three. Number three, write down one, never, two, rarely, three, sometimes, four, usually. How resilient are you? Can you bounce back after a disappointment or problem? Yeah, I, I I'm better now, but before I would let that problem just kind of stew in my head. I couldn't. I wasn't very resilient after something happened. Now I can kind of look at it and say, okay, here it is. I can't really change this situation, or maybe I can. I have to do something about it, but it's there. How do I deal with it? All right, number four. I am able to maintain a balance. You remember that word, balance? We were talking about there with wellness, practicing balance, looking for balance. I'm able to maintain a balance of work, family, friends, and other obligations. Uh, you know, uh, I had difficulties with this, before, about maintaining boundaries. Right, a lot of us here in recovery, on this recovery journey, has had some difficulties with boundaries, setting up boundaries. Here is we want to maintain balance, and sometimes that is creating those boundaries, saying, "Here's his work, this is family, this is friends, here's my other obligations." We want to create a balance with these things, maintaining a balance. It says, not just starting it, but maintaining it. How well are you at maintaining a balance of work, family, friends, and other obligations? Go ahead and write you down a number there. Like I said, this is for us. So you don't, it's not like you're lying to the teacher or trying to fib and saying you're better than you are, right? This is for you to be aware at with your own wellness. And this is just one dimension here. This is emotional wellness. Go ahead and write you down a number about maintaining balance. One, never. Two, rarely. Three, sometimes. Four, usually. All right, moving on. Question number five. I am flexible and adapt or adjust to change in a positive way. What we said, it was a 6 words last time, right? Change. CHANGE. Yep. Oh, I got it. See, look at that. I practiced last time of numbering how many letters are in change. How well are you at being flexible and adapt or adjusting to change in a positive way? Change. Wow. Maybe a change in a job, a change in a relationship, maybe a change in scenery, right? Moving or whatever it is. How well are you at it? Being flexible, adapting, and adjusting to change. Maybe somebody comes up to you and say, "Hey, you know what? I think you'd be a perfect candidate. I want you to do this." Right? Maybe it feels something like that's out of your comfort zone. But they want you to do it. How well are you at being flexible, adapting, or adjusting to change in a positive way? You're going to have that resentment stewing if somebody is asking you to do something there. Making the changes to a certain scenario situation. All right, number 6. I don't know if we might have a chance to get to one more. Number 6, I am able to make decisions with minimal stress or worry. How well are you at making decisions with minimal stress or worry? Making decisions. Depends what the situation is or what decision is. Uh, Maybe committing to something. Anybody got some commitment issue? I know I did. Yeah, that was one thing I was fear based. I was wondering if I could commit to certain things. You got to make a decision. Sometimes it calls to make a decision. Even deciding not to do anything is a decision, right? Procrastination. I had difficulties with that too. Deciding not to do anything. I was stuck in fear. Fear of failure, fear of success. So, how well are you at making decisions with minimal stress or worry? Always wondering about what's going to be on this other side if you commit to something, make a decision, whether it be a job or uh, some of these other decisions in life. How well are you at being able to make decisions with minimal stress or worry? Number 7. All right, make sure you're putting a number to these things too. 1, never; 2, rarely; 3, sometimes; 4, usually. All right, moving along. Number 7. When I'm angry, I try to let others know in a non-confrontational or non-hurtful way. How well are you with dealing with your anger? Do you try to let others know in a non-confrontational, non-hurtful way? This is another thing about practicing the pause. Taking a step back. Taking a step back. Man, I'm angry right now. It's okay to be angry, but how do I deal with my anger? Well, right now, the best thing I can do is take a step back. Take a step back and let this person know that, hey, I'm feeling angry. I don't want to say anything that I might regret or do anything that I might regret. So right now, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to practice the pause. And then I'm going to do something to clear my head, whether it's exercise, a quiet time, meditation, because I'm stressed, I'm feeling angry. And so I'm going to take a step back and do something that's going to be non-confrontational, non-hurtful. And then, once I clear my head, then I'll be able to make a better rational decision. It's got to be, it's a practice, practicing the pause, stepping back. All right, we'll do that time. I think maybe to do one more here. All right, everybody got their numbers? You got your numbers there? You see them next to those 7 questions. You got some numbers. Add those up if you will. Go ahead and add those up. You see a total. There's a total there. Go ahead and add them up and get a score. Like I said, this is for you. It's not to be graded by me, or I'm not going to take it to no college or professor or nothing like that. Go ahead and get you a number there. All right, moving along. We're going to look at one more here today. One more. I don't want to put too much on this. This is environmental wellness. I just want us to get a better understanding of what some of these are. This is environmental wellness. This is fostering a safe and healthy environment. And so here's some questions here. We can get through these. We've got 7 here. And I want you to put a number, if you will, next to these. All right, number 1. This is, like I said, this is another dimension here. So we just looked at emotional dimension. Now we're looking at environmental or environmental wellness. Number 1, I recognize the impact of my actions on my environment. Recognize the impact of my actions on my environment. What comes to mind when you think of that? First thing that really comes to my mind is like littering. I was behind somebody the other day and I saw them throw something out the car, and it's like, man, what in the world? Why could you just save that, right? Put it in the trash can. Instead of creating something, where somebody else is gonna have to do some work on your part. whatever it is. And that might be able to think too. I believe recovery is getting into service work and seeing what we can do. And there it goes again, right? I can take a look at it and I can almost get out my magnifying lens, right? And say, well, I saw somebody throw it out. But I have to remember what this guy used to do, right? When I was using, what did I do, man? I used to throw stuff out there too. And so now I've got a way that I can make amends and do something about a situation. This is environmental wellness, right? I can get out and, find some folks that are doing service work and help clean up. But hey, it goes further than just, looking at the streets. What about your house, where you are? Are you creating this wellness environment? Do you recognize the impact of your actions on your environment? There's a lot of different ways that I can create an environment. Just think about that. Do you recognize the impact of your actions on your environment? One, never. Two, rarely. Three, sometimes. Four, usually. All right, question number 2. I recognize the impact of my environment on my health. What comes to your mind when you think about that one? I recognize the impact of my environment on my health. Sometimes I think about what I might have in the fridge. Right, that can have an impact. What I keep around in my cupboard or in my fridge, my pantry. How can that have an impact on my health? There might be some other things that come to your mind when you read that question. Like I said, this is for us. This is for us personally, individually. I recognize the impact of my environment on my health. 1, never. 2, rarely. 3, sometimes. 4, usually. All right, moving along. Question number 3. I'm aware of and make use of local health, wellness, and safety resources. I'm aware of and make use of local health, wellness, and safety resources. How are you doing in that category? Whether it be a dentist, going to the dentist, or going to a doctor? What are some local health, wellness, and safety resources? Well, here at R3, we're one of them. We can be placed in one of those categories there. Maybe a couple of them. All right, we're local. We practice health and wellness, safety. All of them there. All right. Maybe you're considering making a change in your life, and you want to, receive some help. You want somebody to come alongside you and help you, offer some support. We're one of those. And so, are you made aware of, and do you make use of some of these local resources that we have, whether it be a doctor or dentist or R3 recovery center? How are you doing in that category? 1, never. 2, rarely. 3, sometimes. 4, usually. Question number 4. I practice environmentally conscious behaviors. There's recycling. I practice environmentally conscious behaviors. I think we're honest. Like I said, there might be some that's practicing that a little bit better than some of us. Recycling. What's environmentally conscious behaviors? Practicing those. Environmentally conscious behavior. I talked about maybe offering our services there of going and picking up a trash where we're at. Maybe it'd be on the street. Maybe starting a neighborhood pickup, or maybe if you're at a church pickup, or whatever it is. It's good to give back that way. Do we practice environmentally conscious behaviors, such as recycling? Question number 5. I seek out ways to improve the social environment where I live. There are different ways to do that, and I seek out ways to improve the social environment where I live. And maybe it's maybe you're staying with a friend, or you're at a place where it can use some attention. Are you seeking out ways to improve the social environment where you live? Maybe it's creating this wellness environment I've talked about before. Seeking out ways to improve the social environment where you live. 1, never. 2, rarely. 3, sometimes. 4, usually. Question number 6, I contribute towards making my environment a safer and healthier place. Contribute towards making my environment a safer and healthier place. Trying to pick up things as you go along. Don't put any hazardous conditions there. Nothing, it's going to cause someone to get hurt. We're making a contribution towards that, making the environment a safer and healthier place. Question number 7, I surround myself with people who support me in my journey of being healthy and well. What does your support group look like? Do you surround yourself with people who support you in this journey of being healthy and well? I'll hope that maybe you might put me there on that, with practicing the pause here, being mindful of these things. But we need more, right? We need more people that come up and support you in this journey of being healthy and well. And R3 Recovery Center also has those peer navigators who can help with that role of maybe doing a RAP, called a RAP plan, wellness recovery action plan. Somebody can come up alongside you there and support you, as you learn about wellness. And so I think that's good for the day. Hopefully we're starting to understand some of these dimensions a little bit more about wellness and how we can go about practicing these things in our life. And so I hope everybody has a good rest of the day, a good Wellness Wednesday. And I hope that you're learning some of these things and begin to practice them in your life. All right, everybody. I'll see you next time. Have a good Wellness Wednesday, everybody. Bye-bye.